I cannot recount the number of times I've heard people say, I don't like the big NGOs. I don't like, and I have a lot of respect for the work other big national NGOs work. I don't like the big NGOs, they're not connected to the ground. They don't really talk to communities. They come in and they have this big, plan for how things are going to be. And then on the other hand, the number of people who've said, oh, there's all these local initiatives to try and make change, but we're not chatting to each other. Like, how do I even make change in my community? Because I don't know what the path is. Well, that's the benefit of having a national organization with a grassroots focus, right? Because we can actually go and we can go to another NGO at the national level and say, hey, we have a grassroots team over here working on this. Seems like they could do with overlap with your national campaign that you're doing. Let's get you in the room together chatting. Oh, listen, there's this massive national movement that's about to start up. But there's something wrong here. This isn't the same as the thing we hear on the ground. And I can't even recount to you, again, the number of times I've been in that inter-organizational meeting. I've been like, sorry, I think that the idea of where you want to go with this, very well meaning, but this is not the way people talk about this in that community. And the only reason we know that is we're both. Right. And the
Yeah.
only reason we can help, like bring the environmental, again, movement together and focus the efforts is because we're both. And if we were just one or the other, or we said to ourselves, well, we're getting rid of the grassroots component, we're checking it out, we're just going with national or vice versa, we wouldn't be as strong and we wouldn't
Hmm.
be filling that void because that is a real void. And it's funny that like it is hard for people to understand, I think, conceptually why that structure is the way it is. Um, but at the same time, if you think about it in terms of the common complaints you get about the environmental movement, one way or the other, it's too hyper focused on local issues and nobody's chatting to each other, everybody's fighting. Or, it's too national and it's too big plan and nobody's listening to the communities on the ground. Well, that's the void we fill, right?
Yeah.
That's the reason we're there. And I think most of our members that I chat to really do get that, right? Like they seem to have like a good conception of why that's important. And it is unique. I don't know of another organization that does that, honestly. There are organizations that have chapters. I don't know of another organization that does that sort of work in the same way. Hi, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Environment in Canada podcast, a podcast about the environment in Canada by Sierra Club Canada.